Ever get the feeling that, like, uh, you know how sometimes you look at a person's life and it's like, whoa, there's so much there.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on, like how you're looking at it, you could see a million different stories, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every life's complex, right?
So today we're going to try that. We're going to do
All
a
right.
deep dive into Sanjay Dutt's life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we're going to be looking at it uh, through a lens that we haven't really used before on the show.
Interesting.
We're
Okay.
going to be looking at it through the teachings of Islam.
All right. So looking at Bollywood through Islam.
Yeah, so, this actually came as a suggestion from a listener
Oh, cool.
for the 360 Pro podcast studio,
Okay.
which is, uh, a podcast that looks at different topics from the perspective of Islam, and they thought that this would be a really interesting one to cover. And I think they're right.
Yeah, Sanjay Dutt is a compelling figure, right? I mean, his life story is like a Bollywood movie in itself.
Exactly. And, he's had all these incredible highs and lows
Right.
from the peak of his career to, the controversies, the legal battles,
Yeah.
prison addiction.
Right, and all of that kind of, when we look at it through an Islamic lens, it almost frames those things as tests and opportunities for growth.
That's interesting. So are you saying that, like, his struggles, like, with addiction and prison time, that those were like trials in a way?
In a way, yeah. I mean, Islam teaches us that challenges are a part of life, and they can actually be opportunities for us to develop sabr.
Sabr.
Yeah.
Okay, so sabr. I know that word means patience, right?
Yeah, patience is a big part of it, but it's more than just enduring hardship. It's about seeking strength and understanding from it.
Oh, okay. So it's not just like sitting there and taking it. It's like actually trying to find meaning.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
even in our darkest moments, there's a chance to learn to grow closer to Allah,
I see.
I mean, think about Sanjay Dutt's time in prison, right? It was definitely a tough time for him, but there were reports of him like, really connecting with his faith, helping other inmates.
Yeah, I think I read something about that.
Right. And that kind of reflects that idea of Saber not just enduring, but actively seeking growth amidst difficulty.
Yeah, I could see how that would apply.
And,
Yeah,
and it kind of makes you think that maybe those experiences of difficult as they were contributed to some of the positive changes we saw in him later on.
right, because he did have those really amazing comebacks.
Exactly. And that brings us to another important concept in Islam, Toba.
Toba.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
So Toba is about sincere repentance, turning back to a better path.
Okay.
We were talking about the controversies and missteps.
Right, all the legal battles.
Yeah, so Toba recognizes that we all make mistakes, but the key is to acknowledge them, make amends and choose a different path. And we've seen Sanjay Dutt kind of trying to do just that, rebuilding his career, reconnecting with his family, trying to give back.
Yeah, it really is like a real-life Bollywood redemption arc.
You could say that. And that idea of new beginnings, fresh starts, it's a big part of Islam.
Right.
No matter what your past is, the opportunity to improve, to become a better person is always there.
So hopeful.
Yeah, it's a powerful message of hope. And, it's really woven into Sanjay Dutt's story.
For sure. And I think we also have to talk about his parents, right? I mean, Sunil Dutt and Nargis, they were huge stars in their own right.
Absolutely. Bollywood royalty.
Yeah. And, they were known for their strong values.
And that brings us to another core principle of Islam, the importance of family.
Mm-hmm.
Respect for parents seeking their guidance. Those are like cornerstones of the faith.
So even if we can't know for sure, what their direct influence was on his personal faith journey,
Yeah.
we can sort of see how their values might have shaped his own understanding of, right and wrong. Responsibility,
Yeah.
and maybe even played a role in his own journey towards redemption.
Absolutely.
So if we kind of step back and look at Sanjay Dutt's whole life, with all of the struggles and the comebacks,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think it tells us about, about life, about Islam, about anything?
Well, I think it reminds us that even a life that seems, full of glamour and excess
Right.
can actually be full of very human struggles.
No matter who you are, right?
Exactly. And what's interesting is how Islamic teachings can give us a way to understand those struggles.
Like a framework.
Yeah, like a framework for navigating, hardship, seeking forgiveness, aiming for positive change. It's like, it's not just for celebrities like Sanjay Dutt, it's for everyone.
It makes you wonder, if we took other public figures and looked at their lives through this lens, what would we find?
Now, there's an interesting question. Maybe that's your next deep dive.
Maybe it's yours too.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Well, thanks for joining us on this one. It's been a fascinating conversation.
It has.
And we'll catch you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.